Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. Nice to be with you today. Thank you for tuning in. I want to make mention that I have 4 of my books, I believe they're all Westerns, online on Amazon. They'll be Kindle books. And you can download them. That's Wagon Tracks in the Sand, Showdown at Buffalo Gap, Where Dim Trails Call, Wild Horse Desert, and A Place to Take a Stand. I guess that's 5 books that you can download from Amazon on Kindle. And also I would like to say before I start here that my grandson that has been my engineer, he has fixing it up to where I can have a GoPro and where I can take it with me on a trip. I'm about to go on a trip and preach around here and yonder and everywhere. And I want to get to the place that I can do this myself somewhat. And of course I'll send it to him and he will send it to the proper place. And but you just pray for me that I can engineer this somewhat. I want to interview a few people. I want to do different things out on the road with this. Now, I would like to talk to you about Brother J.T. Pugh. I've already spoke to you about Brother Pugh. Brother Pugh was a man that was admired, loved. He was one of the greatest speakers that we have ever had. So anyway, Brother Pugh could tell a story like nobody. And he told the story about the brethren in East Texas was having a conference, a sectional conference, I believe it was. And one afternoon they were doing business, and a man from the community walked in and he said he'd like to say something. And they said, well, say on. He said, well, he said, I am in charge of the cemetery here. And said, you have one of your old preachers that's out there in the cemetery that doesn't have a headstone. And I just thought perchance you folks would like to maybe take up an offering, buy him a headstone, and I'd see that it got put in for him. Well, somebody stood up, the chairman said, does anyone know this man? And the preacher stood up and said, yes, I knew him when I was relatively young. Said one day we found this preacher on our front porch, passed out. And said he had been beaten, drug up and down the street in a wagon for preaching the gospel. He had a revival going, and they had beaten him severely until he was unconscious. He said it took him several weeks for us to get him well. And said after we got him well, he wanted to do something for us, so he helped us with our crop for that year. And then one morning he woke up, dressed up, and they said, "Where are you headed?" He said, it's time for me to go back and start that revival back up. He said, "I can't let it just close like that." Well, sound like to me that he was very worthy of a headstone. Brethren, reach down in your pockets, dig deep, and give the man the money to get this man something for us all to remember him by. God bless you.